Women make rules for betas and break rules for alphas. What does this mean? Well, let's go to the definition of a beta male and an alpha male. I don't really like these terms, but it's just an easy way to explain the different personality traits that men have. Beta males, who are the majority of men, are weak, sheepish, generally more cowardly, more submissive, less courageous, less bold, less decisive. Alpha males, on the other hand, are decisive. They take action, they're bold, they're certain, they're confident, and they are secure in themselves, and they don't take any nonsense from people, especially from women trying to manipulate them. Now, if we talk about how women will break rules for alphas and make rules for betas, let me give you a good example of this from a friend of mine a couple of years ago who was seeing a girl, and she told him that she had rules. She didn't sleep with men for at least the first 6 months of dating. She had to be home before 10 o'clock at night. She could only meet him for lunch, which was usually followed by a shopping trip or something that he didn't want to do. This woman also had rules for the way that men were allowed to communicate with her. She told my friend, "Oh, I would never reach out to a man," or "I would never chase a man," or "I would never go to a man's place late at night. Men have to chase me. I'm the prize." Obviously, she's getting this from somewhere on the internet, maybe some female coaches, maybe her friends. And so she's stringing my friend along for months, and they're not sleeping together, and he's doing things that he doesn't really want to do with her, going on shopping trips, which he doesn't want to go on, buying her things, spending more money than he feels comfortable with. And they finally get into a situation, amazingly enough, where she agrees to come back to his apartment. And keep in mind, they haven't slept together. It's been 4 months already. And this girl goes to get a shower, and her phone is lighting up. And my friend opens her phone, which isn't locked, and he decides, who could be blowing up her phone? Well, surprise, surprise, it's another man who she's been talking to. And just from going through her phone, he finds out that every rule he laid down about not sleeping with a man for at least 6 months, about never chasing a man, she had broken with this guy. He goes through her messages and finds out that, lo and behold, she was going over to this guy's house at 2 o'clock in the morning when he called her over for sex. She was chasing him. He wasn't responding to her messages, doing everything I essentially tell you guys to do, which is be mysterious, be a challenge, focus on yourself, don't make women a priority. This other guy was doing it, and this guy put 2 and 2 together and realized that he was just a time filler. She was going on shopping trips, going for lunch with him, going to places that he didn't want to go while he's not getting any action, and she's waiting for the nighttime when this guy's available so he can call her over to his place and they can have incredible sex. And she's already hooked on this other guy, and so my friend realizes this, and she comes out the shower. Does she sleep with my friend? Of course she doesn't. She's attached to this other man. She's thinking about this other man. And my friend realizes that he just got played for 4 months. He was just used for validation and attention. And this comes back to the whole point of this video. Women will break rules for alpha males and make rules for beta males. She saw my friend as beta. A guy who was willing to do anything for her, to give her validation and give her attention whenever she wanted it and make her a priority and listen to her problems and all her stories and issues while she's off sleeping with the alpha male at night. This is why it's so important to project alpha frame with women and focus on your mission and purpose. Because then if you focus on your mission and purpose, challenge and mystery naturally comes into the relationship dynamic. Now, if you want to know more about building attraction the right way, I highly recommend you get a copy of my book, Atomic Attraction. You can pick up your copy today by clicking the link below. It's based on over 120 scientific studies and 40 real-life case studies. And don't forget, I do phone and email consultations. You can book a consultation with me on my website, develofattraction.com.